Eat together with your friends and enjoy today. And tomorrow, make it your objective to notice it is you, and the world is reacting to your actions. And like no other creature on the way to freedom of choice, we are the creatures that can make grand decisions by working together, execute our plans. Hey Jesus, I saw you and your 12 bodyguards picking corn to eat on the Sabbath. Yeah, so what? So what's against the laws of Moses? Who the hell is Moses? Did he decide for me what I can and can't do? We'll get you on blasphemy. I don't flogging doubt it. I'm the angry Messiah that has come to rip the luxury lie from out under your snake feet. I guess you would have to call me on something, wouldn't you? You didn't have to come back here with your Gentile philosophy claiming to be our Messiah. Well, you can bet your hairy ass the last thing I wanted to be was a Messiah for the thick-skulled, Moses, I understand your frustration, Jews. It is like someone has put a glass cage around your head. You hear only the sounds of your own self talking, continually regurgitating the laws of Moses like an autistic child beating on his bloody penis. They wanted to curse me. They knew Rome liked me. They knew less money was coming into the synagogues. And worst of all, they knew their religion was a lie and understood the absurdity of my fulfilling of their religion, the religion of my thick-skulled ancestors. That made me a real bastard, which in their minds I was, and in their terror theater laws, I was the anti-Jew. And half Jew at the same time, with half my friends and most of my family being Jews. I was 2 in 1, with life in me, 3. This 3 in 1 is something the Romans picked up in their plunders. The priests were fuming and marched back to the synagogue. We marched right back with them. 30 years tormenting my brain wondering about your children's horror story made holy. I'll give you 3 back. Watch how your slaves wake up around you like sheep following a new theater. A theater to fall apart and be taken over by life in 2,000 years. While you fight like children with only 1 candy among 6. I told them in a rhetoric they could understand while I held up the crippled hand of Carl. We were both quite ecstatic. The crowd was charmed. They thought I charmed them. I thought they charmed me. In reality, we were animals playing with ideas. Something crowds rarely got to do. They liked it as much as we did. And it drove the priests crazy having to play the role of the jackasses. But they had asked for it, making the laws of Moses into a religion, proclaiming God to be ruler of the afterlife, death cults. How dare you forbid the doing of good on the Sabbath? Sabbath, bloody Sabbath, Sabbath. Your place next to the kings will go the way of the kings. Stretch out your hand, stranger. All were amazed, and many knew Carl. But not the priests. They just knew we were making a show, and it was all a little too real. Our descendants will one day live in a world without worship, when slavery and hunger is wiped from paradise, and our descendants can live in freedom from fear of one another like the rest of God's creation. When we can make the way clear for our descendants, then they will be the gods, and we will be remembered as gods, and not bloody tyrannical death cult slaves. The protocol was clear. Everyone understood it was somewhat yeah, that's fucked up. It's written wrong here. Everyone understood it somewhat differently. But the priests knew they were being played and knew they would have to follow protocol. It had already been written and sealed. So